and welcome. I am so glad you're here. Today, we are going to get right into creating 3 warm-ups in Nearpod. We're going to be using the free account today. So if you haven't set up a Nearpod account or you're brand new to this, no worries. We're going to start from 0. So get prepared. I am really excited for you to create these warm-ups that will be really engaging for your students, whoever you're working with, littles to adults. And we're going to go ahead and get some information from our learners as well. This is a little bit of a formative assessment too, just to be sure that we're heading into our lesson with the right mindset. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go. While you're opening up nearpod.com, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Melissa. I'm an online teacher. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4, and I love sharing all things teaching, productivity, and homeschooling here on this channel. So make sure you've already subscribed and liked this video. That would be fantastic. Doesn't cost you a thing. Helps me know what you guys are enjoying watching. And we're going to go ahead and pop over to Nearpod now. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to share the whole screen with you so we can get the full picture. All right, so here we are. Camp Engage is happening. Perhaps you're watching this later, but if you haven't, go ahead and sign up for that. Now, let's go ahead and log in. You're going to want a free account, right? So I'm going to go ahead and sign in with Google. And we'll go ahead and check out our free account. So this is what is available to us. Now, one of the limitations with Nearpod's free account, which is silver, is the storage space. So 300 megabytes. It's okay. You can create quite a few activities or lessons. Today, we're going to create activities which will be smaller. Okay. You could use these at the beginning of a lesson before you launch into, your previously planned content. Okay. So a great tool to kind of start getting your feet wet with Nearpod. We're going to start by going ahead and creating. So let's go down here to create. We're going to go ahead and choose lesson, and this will be a short lesson. It's just a couple activities perhaps, but we're going to add something. So let's go ahead, and Nearpod has some great walkthroughs. So if you need that, go ahead and use that as well. But we're taking a look at this untitled lesson. Now, I'm going to go ahead and harken back to my Spanish teacher roots, but go ahead and start imagining what you might do with this. I'm going to go ahead and think about teaching about southern Spain, a little bit of geography in Spain, Granada. Okay, but I'm not going to name it that because I don't want my students to know where we're going. Mystery location VR. Okay, we're gonna just keep it a mystery for them. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and add content right there. So in order to add something to a Nearpod lesson, you've got all these options. I'm not gonna go through them. I've got a whole playlist that walks you through a lot of these, but this is just a gold mine of stuff. But we want this one, VR field trip. So we're gonna click that one. And what I'm going to plan on doing is kind of get my students really interested in where we're trying to go. Okay, I want them to use deductive and inductive reasoning, and we're going to travel to Granada, Spain, like I mentioned. And the big architectural landmark there is the Alhambra. Okay, so I'm actually just going to start really big. Imagine zooming out on Google Earth, right? You've got the whole Earth there. So I'm going to type in Granada, Spain, and see what comes up. Okay, we've got some good options here. All right. Okay, so we've got some zoomed out areas. I kind of like this. Let's see. Ooh, how about this? Oh, somebody's paragliding. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this one. All right, now just to get a little preview, we can, people don't need VR goggles or anything. I can scroll out, zoom in. There are paragliders, I believe. Yep. So I always like to tell kids, look down at your feet, look up at the sky. So hopefully students will be able to use that deductive thinking. Okay, I can see mountains. So we are not at the beach. There's mountains with snow, right? And what they don't know, or what they may not know, is actually 180, and that's actually the Strait of Gibraltar over there. So there's quite a bit of cool geography happening here. But that's our first one. So over here on the left, I've got field trip, and that's our first one. So we're going to add one more. All right, we're going to keep this going. Like I mentioned, we're going to zoom in little by little. So now I want to see view of the Alhambra. Let's see what comes up there. All right, nice. We got the sunset view, Alhambra viewpoint. That could be interesting. All right. I think we could go with that one. All right, let's go with that one. So as you can see, there are so many. Some will be more relevant than others. But if students are taking a look at maybe the architecture, they see that maybe this doesn't look like New Jersey. This doesn't look like California, really. So if they're looking, they might be able to zoom in. Remember, we want them to start using that deductive and inductive reasoning. So deductive, we're taking away options that it could be. Again, we are definitely not at the beach, so we're continuing to zoom in. It looks like some of these buildings are pretty old. It looks like it's probably not in the United States. All right, these are things that they can start deducing. Now they're going to start using inductive thinking. These are clues, kind of like a detective, like Sherlock Holmes. Think like Sherlock Holmes. Oh, wow, I see brick. I see this wall. It looks pretty old. I see some mosaic flooring. Let's see these forests, right? So they're going to start using inductive reasoning to get a little bit closer. And then, let's add one more. And we're going to be like in the Alhambra, okay? All right, Alhambra. Let's see. All right. How about, okay, this court looks like it might be good. We're going to want to show the, oh, that might be nice. All right, let's go with this one. So they're going to see the architecture, they're going to see the tourists, right? They're getting a look at like the intricacies of all of this, right? That's what we want. That's really exciting to them. And then I'm going to add one more thing, and I'm going to keep it as an open-ended question. All right, open-ended question. I can choose that one. And then I'm going to say, based on what you saw, based on our 3 VR field trips, where do you think we are? Now, remember, Nearpod has a lot of ways to make responses accessible to many students. So you can add images. It's a safe Google search. And so kids can, or students can type in what they want. They can also record audio. And I'm going to make sure I have that turned on. They can record audio clips, and they can use GIFs and other media. It's actually pronounced GIFs. I just looked it up before to make sure. The creator calls it a GIF. So just begin making that shift in your life. That's what I'm doing too. So that's the idea with VR. Okay, pretty fun, pretty cool. All right. So we have our warm-up, our mystery location warm-up. So that is one of them. All right. Let's go ahead and head back and try another. For our second warm-up, we're going to use a collaborate board, okay? Take a look at what this looks like. So we're going to start right here, create that same button. We're going to create another lesson, and we'll title it. I was recently teaching a book study class, and so I'm going to go ahead and call this Boat Collab Board. All right, so we're going to add a collaborate board here. This is super, super simple, okay? Just one slide is what we need. And we're gonna go ahead and put a topic, a big theme. A big theme of our next book is boats. Add 3 to 5 things you know about boats below. Use images, audio, GIFs, or text. All right, so we've given them options. Now I'm going to go ahead and limit their media types here. I don't want videos. I'm going to allow them to record audio and give GIFs and give images. If you know that your class can't handle those, take them away. You have the power here. All right, student options. Again, if we want this to be anonymous, we can. You'll always be able to see the student names. That's just a safety thing. But if you wanted to turn those off, I always turn student editing on. Again, I want my students to be able to edit and fix their grammar mistakes. I make typos. I know they do too, so that would be important. And if you are concerned about the fact that students might post something that could be inappropriate for the rest to see, you can approve student posts. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. My classes tend to be okay in that respect. Now, I'm going to also add a reference media here. So I can click on here and I can add any of these things: image, audio, PDF. So the world is your oyster here. Think about your content area. If you're a language teacher and you want to record something in an audio file and then have your students respond to it, that's something you could do here. If you wanted to add a video of yours or something from the web, an article, that would be important. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use an image, and I just want to get kids thinking about boats, right? So I'm going to just do a quick search on boats. All right, cool. I might do... I actually want a sailboat, so I'm going to come back here. Sailboat. Perfect. Our book has to do with sails. Let's do this one. This looks nice and inspiring. All right, so that's going to get their minds running, and they can just add things here. So what do you see? Sails. We see calm water, but I'm thinking about waves, right? I can also add an image down here. Let's see, sailboat. Let's see what comes up with sailboat. This one shows a lot of the ropes and lines, so I might do that. And then I can add some text down here. Lots of ropes. Okay, and as you can see, students and teachers can like each post, and it's a really cool way to just get lots of ideas out there. So this is a really fun kind of brain dump activity to use at the beginning of a discussion. All right, last one, we're going to use Draw It to do a little check-in before class. Here's a look. Okay, yet again, you guessed it, we're going to go over here to Create, choose Lesson. And this time we're going to choose Draw It. So as you can tell, I don't like scrolling. So there we go, Draw It. Now, here's what I love about Draw It. We can use so many, look at all those popping up, so many of the pre-made graphic organizers and topics that are over there. So if you have a specific topic, just type it in and you can funnel it by subject, grade, and you'll find what you need, okay? I am going to go ahead and choose, let's see, emotions, because I want to do a little bit of an emotional check-in. Let's try this. How I feel. Let's see if I have something in here. Okay. I don't see what I want. So it's not a big deal. I can make this pretty easily, okay? Let's go ahead in here. Circle how you feel. Share why if you'd like. Using a picture, a drawing, or text. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Those are my instructions. Let's think of this as like a first or second grade thing. Okay, first or second grade, we're going to give them the option. Okay, so let's try this emotions chart. There we go. I like this one. It's got a lot of options. Cool. Okay, so that might be good. I'm going to go ahead and center that here at the top. I might make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so my student could circle one of these because they saw some adjectives that they kind of identified with, and they said, oh, I'm feeling focused because I'm really excited to learn about dinosaurs because my teacher told us we're learning about dinosaurs or something like that. But this gives us some great information to then go off of later on. Now, I do want to set this up so that my students know what they should be doing. I feel this way because, and I'm just going to leave that there. Give them some open space. They are then going to be able to add an image. They could add a GIF, right? And they're going to be able to put in what they want here. Now, the best thing about this is that there is privacy. None of their classmates are going to get to see this unless you kind of check in with them and that's okay with them, and you want to share this with the rest of the class, okay? So this is a really great kind of one-to-one check-in. If you're not able to have those conversations with your students, this is a really great way to start off the class. Just do that emotional check-in. All right, you guys, that's it. 3 quick and easy warm-ups with Nearpod on a free account. So there is zero reason not to use this. If you'd like, leave a comment down below letting me know how you've used Nearpod or what you're looking forward to using it for in the coming school year. And any questions that you have, I'm here for you. I am a Nearpod certified educator and a pioneer. So these are things that I love playing around with and love helping other teachers get accustomed to. And all of this is part of a playlist. So if you're looking into all things Nearpod, go ahead and check out that playlist. Again, I will leave it here. Have a fantastic day, you guys. If nobody's told you yet today, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. It's really important. Happy teaching.